Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore.
Man, this timeline is crazy, man.
I know. So many things coming at one time.
The shocking revelations surrounding Scene Diddy Combs have left the world reeling, and the allegations seem to grow more explosive by the day. Once hailed as a trailblazer in the music industry, Diddy's reputation has taken a nosedive as mounting claims paint a very different picture of the man behind the mogul persona. The latest bombshell, a supposed memoir written by his late ex-partner Kim Porter that has sent shockwaves through the media. This so-called memoir titled Kim's Lost Words has ignited a firestorm of accusations against Diddy with tales of abuse, manipulation, and betrayal. But is it real? And if it is, does it hold the key to unraveling decades of hidden truths about Diddy's personal life? Let's dive into the tangled web of allegations and denials.
What his team is trying to do is get the public to assume that the government is leaking some of this negative information about him, like that Cassie video. But the reality is he's got a lot of enemies, and I really don't believe it.
When the manuscript for Kim's Lost Words surfaced, it was like gasoline poured onto an already blazing fire. The book, reportedly handed over by Kim Porter to a friend before her passing, is claimed to expose the dark side of Diddy's life, with detailed accounts of physical harm and emotional torment. Among the most harrowing allegations is a claim that Diddy once struck Kim so hard with a chair that she woke up in a hospital bed with her arm in a cast. This supposed excerpt from the memoir has been making the rounds on social media, fueling public outrage. According to the manuscript, Kim allegedly described waking up to see the person responsible for her injuries standing by her hospital bed, pretending to care. The visceral detail has left many questioning how deep the alleged abuse went and whether this was just the tip of the iceberg.
Civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, sexual assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
But Diddy's camp isn't letting these allegations go unchallenged. His lawyer, Mark Eggio, has come out swinging, calling the memoir fake and offensive, claiming it's nothing more than an opportunistic attempt to profit from tragedy. Eggio insists that the manuscript is riddled with inaccuracies and outright fabrications, pointing out its amateurish writing style and grammatical errors as evidence of its lack of authenticity. According to Diddy's team, the book was not authored by Kim, but rather by an opportunist using her name to tarnish Diddy's reputation. Despite these denials, the memoir has already gained traction, particularly on platforms like Amazon, where it briefly became a bestseller before being pulled from shelves due to legal challenges.
Done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
Meanwhile, the late Kim Porter's children have stepped forward to defend their father and dispute the claims made in the book. In a joint statement, Quincy, Christian, and the twins Jesse and Delilah described the memoir as a complete fabrication, emphasizing that their mother did not author such a document. They expressed heartbreak over how the narrative surrounding their mother's passing has been turned into a media circus. Our mother should be remembered for the beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman she was, the statement reads. Her memory should not be tainted by horrific conspiracy theories. The children also reiterated that Kim's passing was ruled to be from natural causes, explaining that no foul play was ever suggested in the official autopsy report.
We are not done, and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
But despite their denials, the controversy surrounding Kim's passing has only intensified. Conspiracy theories have been swirling for years, with many questioning the circumstances of her untimely end. The release of this alleged memoir has only added fuel to the fire, with some claiming it contains veiled references to Kim fearing for her life. One particularly chilling passage reportedly describes how Kim felt trapped in a relationship where she was continuously monitored and controlled, with her every move dictated by Diddy's paranoia and insecurity. While these claims remain unverified, they've sparked a wave of speculation about what Kim may have endured during her relationship with Diddy.
Right. Well, Kim Porter, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children.
Right.
Has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir.
Diddy and Kim's relationship was as high profile as it gets, spanning nearly 2 decades from the early 90s to 2007. The pair had 3 children together, and Diddy even adopted Kim's son from a previous relationship, Quincy. On the surface, they seemed like the quintessential power couple, often photographed at glamorous events and lavish parties. But according to those who allegedly were close to Kim, there was another side to their relationship, one marked by volatility and control. Sources have claimed that Diddy's possessive nature made it nearly impossible for Kim to have any semblance of independence. According to these insiders, Diddy's jealousy extended beyond other romantic interests, with accusations that he sought to control every aspect of Kim's life, from her professional opportunities to her friendships. Some of these claims have been echoed by Courtney Burgess, a former friend of Diddy who has since turned whistleblower. Burgess alleges that Kim confided in him about her struggles with Diddy's controlling behavior and even handed him a collection of flash drives containing explosive material before her passing. These flash drives, now reportedly in the hands of federal authorities, are said to include not only Kim's unfinished memoir, but also videos that could serve as damning evidence against Diddy. According to Burgess's testimony, these videos allegedly show disturbing scenes that may implicate Diddy in activities that go far beyond controlling behavior. While the exact contents of the drives remain under wraps, the mere existence of such recordings has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond.
Just with this Cassie thing, I didn't know her, but I knew somebody like her, and that was Kim Porter. I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter.
Adding to the intrigue, Kim's memoir allegedly sheds light on Diddy's so-called freak-offs, rumored gatherings that have become a key focus of the ongoing investigation against him. These events, described as highly exclusive and secretive, were allegedly orchestrated by Diddy to fulfill his personal desires while also leveraging them for power and control. According to the manuscript, Kim was often coerced into attending these gatherings, where she was expected to play a role that left her feeling degraded and powerless. While it's impossible to verify these claims without further evidence, they've added a new layer of complexity to the allegations against Diddy.
And it's like, it was the same thing Kim was going through. The same thing, bro. Kim was going through the same thing. The beatings, you know what I'm saying?
And yet, the question of the memoir's authenticity remains a contentious point. If it's real, it could serve as a pivotal piece of evidence in the ongoing cases against Diddy. But if it's false, as Diddy's team claims, it raises serious ethical questions about the exploitation of a deceased woman's name and legacy. Critics of the memoir argue that it's irresponsible to give credence to unverified claims, especially those that could cause further pain to Kim's children and family. Supporters, however, argue that the allegations align with other testimonies and evidence, suggesting that the memoir may hold more truth than Diddy's team is willing to admit. The legal battles surrounding these allegations have become a spectacle in their own right, with both sides digging in their heels. Diddy's attorneys have dismissed the memoir and related claims as baseless, while prosecutors and whistleblowers argue that the materials could be crucial in establishing a pattern of behavior. Burgess, for his part, has maintained that he's simply honoring Kim's wishes by bringing the materials to light. He's even gone so far as to suggest that Kim foresaw her own demise, allegedly telling him to keep the flash drive safe in case anything ever happened to her. Whether these claims hold any weight remains to be seen, but they've certainly added a layer of intrigue to an already convoluted case.
You know, he get the trafficking because he took her to different states and had her perform acts with different, male prostitutes and different people, sometimes against her will.
As the legal proceedings unfold, the public is left to grapple with a mountain of conflicting narratives. Was Kim Porter a victim of a toxic relationship, or are the allegations against Diddy part of a larger smear campaign? Is the memoir a genuine cry for justice, or a fabricated attempt to profit off tragedy? These questions have no easy answers, but one thing is clear. The truth, whatever it may be, has the potential to reshape not only Diddy's legacy, but the broader conversation about power and accountability in the entertainment industry.
But that's Kim's story. That's Kim's book. That's Kim's book. Then you hear about the fact that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht?
Wow, I ain't hear about that.
For now, the spotlight remains firmly fixed on Diddy as he faces what could be the most challenging chapter of his life. His legal team is gearing up for a full-scale defense, while prosecutors are reportedly preparing to bring forward more evidence and witnesses. And with Kim Porter's supposed memoir now in the hands of authorities, the stakes have never been higher. As more details emerge, the world will be watching closely, waiting to see whether justice will prevail or if the truth will remain buried in the shadows.
He broke Kim, let's say allegedly, but it was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story. Cassie's book is Kim's book.
The courtroom drama surrounding Sean Diddy Combs has taken a turn that no one could have anticipated. Just when it seemed like the allegations couldn't get any more shocking, a string of testimonies and leaked details has thrown some of Hollywood's biggest names into the spotlight. The grand jury proceedings, which were meant to focus on Diddy, have now opened up a Pandora's box of accusations implicating A-listers, business moguls, and even corporate entities. The deeper investigators dig into Diddy's past, the more disturbing the picture becomes, not just about him, but also about the culture of secrecy and complicity that allegedly enabled his actions for decades. One of the most eye-catching revelations came from Courtney Burgess, a former friend of Diddy and now a central figure in this unfolding saga. Burgess testified before the grand jury, claiming he had possession of 11 flash drives containing video recordings from Diddy's infamous private gatherings. According to Burgess, these weren't just ordinary party tapes. They allegedly depict scenes involving 8 well-known celebrities, some of whom appear to be in compromising situations. The content reportedly includes acts that raise serious concerns, with 2 of the individuals in the footage believed to have been underage at the time. Burgess's testimony has become one of the most talked about aspects of the case, sparking widespread speculation about who these celebrities might be and what exactly was captured on those tapes.
She saw no way out other than doing what he told her to do. He had mentally controlled her. It's like a pimp. Diddy had pimp potential. He had her mind messed up where it controlled her.
What makes this even more unsettling is Burgess's claim that these recordings were made without the knowledge or consent of the individuals involved. He testified that hidden cameras were installed in Diddy's homes and other locations where these gatherings took place. It was all about control, Burgess reportedly told the grand jury. He wanted leverage over everyone. This assertion aligns with allegations in other lawsuits, which accuse Diddy of using recorded footage as a form of blackmail to silence those who might speak out against him. Whether these tapes will be admissible in court remains to be seen, but their existence has already created a storm of intrigue and fear in the entertainment industry. Attorney Ariel Mitchell, representing Burgess, has added further fuel to the fire by hinting at the identities of some of the celebrities allegedly featured in the tapes. While she stopped short of naming names, Mitchell described one individual as even more high-profile than Diddy himself. This cryptic statement has sent social media into a frenzy, with fans and industry insiders speculating wildly about who this person could be. Mitchell has also emphasized the legitimacy of the evidence, stating, "We wouldn't be here if we didn't believe these videos are authentic and relevant to the case." Her confidence has added credibility to Burgess's claims, though Diddy's legal team has dismissed them as fabricated and sensationalized. The implications of these recordings go far beyond Diddy's legal troubles. If the tapes are authenticated and their contents revealed, they could have a domino effect, potentially exposing a network of complicity within Hollywood and the music industry. Reports suggest that some of the individuals featured in the footage are already lawyering up, anticipating that their names might be dragged into the public eye. The fear is palpable, with some insiders reportedly preparing to flee the country to avoid potential legal fallout. Others are scrambling to distance themselves from Diddy, erasing old social media posts and issuing carefully worded statements about their limited interactions with him.
What prosecutors were arguing is not only does your client pose a flight risk, because obviously he's incredibly wealthy, has access to planes and a lot of staff, even though you said he turned over his passport to you months ago, they were also worried about him being able to interfere with witnesses and calling them.
Meanwhile, the grand jury proceedings have also shed light on the role of Kim Porter, Diddy's late ex-partner, in this tangled web of allegations. According to Burgess, Kim was the one who handed him the flash drives before her untimely passing in 2018. She allegedly instructed him to keep them safe, implying that she feared for her safety and wanted the truth to come out if anything ever happened to her. This revelation has added a haunting layer to the already complex narrative, with many questioning whether Kim's passing was truly natural or if there's more to the story. While Diddy's children have vehemently denied any conspiracy theories surrounding their mother, the timing and content of the tapes have reignited speculation.
Witnesses.
So I think the most important thing, even more important than the passport, is that Mr. Combs came to New York on September 5th. As soon as we realized that this indictment was going to be coming down in a matter of weeks, maybe months, but sometime soon, Mr. Combs got on a plane, left his home in Florida, flew to New York. I called the prosecutors myself. I said, Mr. Combs is in New York. Do you want to know where he is?
Adding to the controversy is the unpublished manuscript of Kim Porter's memoir, Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice, From the Other Side. Burgess claims to have an unedited copy of the book, which he has since handed over to authorities. The manuscript reportedly details Kim's life with Diddy, including alleged instances of abuse and coercion. One particularly chilling passage describes how Kim felt like a prisoner in her own home, constantly monitored and manipulated. While Diddy's legal team has dismissed the book as a forgery, its contents have resonated with those who see it as a courageous attempt by Kim to tell her story. The book's brief appearance on Amazon before being taken down has only added to its mystique, with some fans calling it the forbidden truth.
If you want to know where he is, I'll tell you where he is. But he wants to surrender. He's here to surrender. They didn't want him to surrender because if he surrenders, they don't get to tell the judge that he's a flight risk and he's a danger. Because who, as a danger and a flight risk, would fly to New York and surrender? So they didn't want him to surrender.
So since September 5th, you had known, you expected it was likely he was going to formally face charges.
The grand jury has also heard from other witnesses who have come forward with their own accounts of Diddy's alleged behavior. These testimonies paint a picture of a man who used his wealth and influence to create an environment where anything went as long as it served his interests. One witness described the atmosphere at Diddy's gatherings as chaotic and unsettling, with attendees often unsure of what they were walking into. Another claimed that Diddy would go to great lengths to ensure that his guests were compliant, allegedly providing substances and drinks that left them disoriented. While these are still allegations, they add to the growing narrative of manipulation and control that surrounds Diddy's name.
So I really knew he was formally going to face charges on March 25th, the day of the searches, when Homeland Security searched his Los Angeles home, his Miami home, and his airplane. I knew that day by looking at the search warrants. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. This is not my first or 100th rodeo, that this was going to come as a matter of time.
The ripple effects of these revelations are being felt far and wide. Industry insiders are reportedly panicking about what might come next, with whispers of more tapes and testimonies yet to be revealed. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood and the music world are rumored to be bracing themselves for potential fallout. Ashton Kutcher, for example, is said to be distancing himself from his past connections to Diddy, while others like Kevin Hart have found themselves dragged into the conversation through old footage and rumors. The fear is that if Diddy's alleged actions were part of a larger pattern, then many more people could be implicated, not just as participants, but as enablers who turned a blind eye.
So my defense is very well established. I interviewed myself, the different men who were being brought sort of into Mr. Combs and this person's, intimate situation. I've flown around the country. I've interviewed a large number of them. There's not the slightest inkling, according to the interviews that I've done, of anything that's coercive, non-consensual.
The legal ramifications are equally staggering. Prosecutors have reportedly amassed a mountain of evidence, including electronic devices seized during raids on Diddy's properties. These devices are said to contain thousands of files that could corroborate the allegations against him. Diddy's legal team, however, has downplayed the significance of these materials, arguing that they prove nothing and are being sensationalized by the media. But with more than 100 people reportedly coming forward with claims against Diddy, including accusations involving minors, the case is shaping up to be one of the most significant celebrity scandals in recent history. As the trial date approaches, the question on everyone's mind is whether the truth will finally come to light, or whether Diddy's wealth and influence will allow him to escape accountability. Public opinion is sharply divided, with some fans rallying behind Diddy and others calling for justice for his alleged victims. The stakes couldn't be higher, not just for Diddy, but for the entire entertainment industry. If the allegations are proven true, they could force a reckoning that goes beyond one man, exposing a culture of silence and complicity that has allowed predators to thrive for far too long.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
For now, all eyes are on the grand jury and the evidence that continues to emerge. With each new revelation, the case becomes more complex and more disturbing. The tapes, the testimonies, the unpublished memoir, all of it points to a story that is far from over. Whether justice will be served remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. The world is watching, and the pressure to uncover the truth has never been greater. As the saga surrounding Scene Diddy Combs continues to unfold, viewers are left with more questions than answers. Was Kim Porter truly a victim of a toxic relationship? And if so, how deep did the alleged abuse go? And what about the other celebrities implicated in this scandal? Are they complicit, or are they victims themselves? The comment section is open for your thoughts and speculations. Don't hesitate to share your opinions and engage in this ongoing conversation. Until next time, stay tuned and keep the discussion going